What's going on, guys? I'm Jace.
I'm Josh.
And we are going to watch another episode of My Hero Academia. We only got 4 more episodes left in Season 5. We are slow on it, but it's coming. Oh, and then we got the movie to watch. But this episode...
Sad Man's Parade.
All right. What happened in the last time?
Toga fought Terra Sands, who I actually met. SakuraCon just happened. I met her again, and I asked her about Curious. And she was like, oh, I was so excited to play this character who had a really cool design and a really cool power, and then she dies after the first episode she's in. I was like, how'd you feel about it? She was like, I was like, damn it! I'm like, maybe they'll bring you...
Did you tell her about how I have an OC that has the same quirk?
I didn't
Pretty
tell
much
her
the same
that.
quirk?
I said to her,
You suck.
I'm like, maybe you'll be in a... Maybe they'll bring you back to play a different character. I mean, because she plays 2 different characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. So why not 2 different characters in... What's it called?
My Hero.
In My Hero. Yeah, Terra Sand plays 2 characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. Keith Silverstein plays 2 characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. So why not?
What's the most voices someone has done in a single show?
In a single show? In one show? There's a lot of voice actors who just do, like, small parts. Like, lots of small parts.
Like, most of, like, an extra?
Most of, like, an extra, yeah.
I guess you don't need as many extras when you have... When it's animated and you're using voice actors.
Like, there's a...
But anyways, last time... Okay, Toga, her quirk upgraded. Now she can copy the quirks of the people who she transforms into.
I just imagine, like, in the slimy Isekai, there's, like... I'm just imagining, like that screen of all of his abilities, and then just... Cling, cling, new ability activated. Cling, cling. It's just, like, adding that on. So wait, does it have to... Could it be anybody's quirk that she drinks the blood of, or does there have to be, like, a special connection? Like with the Heroes and Sylar.
Like the what?
Like Heroes and Sylar.
What do you mean? What is Sylar?
He copied Kristen Bell's powers, even though he didn't kill her. Because, I mean, you can't kill Kristen Bell.
What are you talking about?
Heroes, the show Heroes.
I never watched. I don't have any recollection of that show. Anyways,
let me tell you.
Here's the thing. Like, there are when it comes to copying quirks, there have been limitations. I mean, Monoma can't copy something that you need. Monoma only copies the nature of the quirk, right?
I just realized
he can copy Fat Gum's quirk, but he's not obese, so he can't fucking use it.
I remember a video now. Like, it was a theory. I didn't watch the video. I only saw the thumbnail, but it was like the theory that Monoma and Toga might be related. Is it because now they can both copy other people's powers, or I mean, that's just a stretch.
I don't think they are.
They're probably not. Like, just that. Although, you know what? Of that video
while we're on the topic of theories, there's a theory that All For One.
Wait! Before you could say what it is this a theory like who the traitor is, like a regular fan theory? Is this a theory like back in season 1? Like, I think Deku's gonna get all the quirks in One For All. Like what you did?
No.
What's the theory?
The theory is that All For One is Deku's father.
Yeah, I've heard about that one because we don't know who his father is.
I mean, Horikoshi is a fan of Star Wars.
Well, he's already got like reverse Star Wars. Dabi and Endeavor. He's gonna be like, instead of being I am your father, he's gonna be like, you're my father. He's gonna be like Maury Povich. You are the father.
You know, it's funny. I actually watched My Hero series all the way from the beginning back up to this very point.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me. I was just seeing a bunch of things all over again, and it's interesting the things you see on additional watch throughs,
like with additional context.
Yeah, because like you see things happen in the future. And it's like, wait, what about this time? And like, I even told you about this the other day. Like, I know the movies aren't canon, which I hate to say that they aren't canon, because you got to be able to place them somewhere, in my opinion.
I know.
It makes no sense.
People are saying they're canon to the anime, I guess, but not to the manga. I don't even know what the distinction is anymore. Because you know what? Don't put anything in the comments, because I don't care. So, like, I was telling you the other day, I was watching My Hero Academia Heroes Rising again. Hell yeah.
Trying to figure out where it places. Now here's the thing. In the show, Recipro Turbo, Ida's Recipro Turbo, and Tokoyami being able to fly.
It's right after the joint training arc. Like right after.
Right after.
I think before they go to the Endeavor Agency.
Except Deku doesn't fucking use Black Whip.
He doesn't have to, or he doesn't mention it.
How is he doesn't use it against this super powerful guy who has a less powerful version of All For One? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And he even said, even then, like, Deku has this lifesaver, like, tube or something, this hoop. Jiro and Uraraka are holding on to it with zero gravity, hanging on. He's like, 1 for all, 8%. And at that point, he says, "We all now have our provisional hero licenses." When did Todoroki and Bakugo get theirs again? Was it in season 5 or season 4?
It was season 5. It was season 5 because I remember Slide and Go showed up and he hugged him. Bakugo's getting a lot of hugs this season. He's got one from Slide and Go. He got one from Endeavor. I think it was right after the hero licensing. No, the joint training. It was right after the joint training.
Oh, also, by the way, so what we moved ahead and they returned to school after the Endeavor Hero Agency arc, and then Ida says Happy New Year to everyone. So they're in the New Year. It's in January. Mm-hmm. But then there's a time skip. Well, or I guess more of a flashback actually.
They go back in time to like
because we ended that episode. We see Shigaraki. He's getting like some sort of electrotherapy shit going on. There's actually a tube going into his stomach for some reason.
Fuck season 5 for doing this.
So it goes back.
Look what you're doing to my brain.
It went back to October, and that's when they approached and were trying to get Gigantomachia.
Okay.
So that's where
they go back to like October, and then they go ahead because they fight Gigantomachia for like a month and a half or something. They fought him for like a while, and then
a couple weeks, I think.
Okay.
I think they're in November at this right now.
Toga does have a cute jacket. Did I mention that? Oh, but it got blown up. Fuck.
Anyways, yeah.
The problem you're facing with where to place the movie chronologically, it's happened before. So there's a movie in Naruto called Road to Ninja, and its placement doesn't make any sense because Naruto is sad because his parents are dead, and because of chakra bullshit, he's gotten to have like ghost talks with them, you know, because part of their chakra is inside of him or whatever. I'm just trying to simplify it. I know that's not accurate. So he talks to them, and they're like, you know, he gets a little taste of like their love, and now he's sad about it. But here's the thing: this movie's all about him being sad about it and doing other shit. But if you think about it, he didn't find out about his mom or talk with his mom until he was on this island, right? And then immediately after he leaves that island, he goes to war for the rest of the show. I'm like, so when does this movie happen?
My head hurts.
I made the argument with Emily that maybe it took place like right after he fought Pain and learned about his dad, but not his mom yet. But I don't think that works. I think there's something in the movie that like says that, oh yeah, my mom. He mentions his mom. He finds out about his mom on the island and then goes straight to war for 200 chapters.
And you finished Naruto, all the Naruto shows, even the spin-offs?
I didn't watch Boruto yet.
Oh, you haven't watched it.
What I'm gonna watch Boruto, but first I gotta watch Boruto's dad, okay? Boruto's dad is so cool in Boruto that he deserves his own anime, okay? I'm glad Boruto's dad got the spin-off he deserves.
What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with the internet? Let's go.
Alright, so anyways, right now, one more recap. Toga upgraded her quirk. She's hurt.
Dying.
Twice found her, and he's about to get attacked by apparently a bunch of clones of himself.
Oh, yeah.
Who's being controlled by someone who has... Well, by the way, they're saying they're meta abilities, not quirks, meta abilities. I think
that's just a generic term. Like, I remember one time I was writing something, and I used the term meta ability, and Emily was like, what is this, DC? I'm like, I don't think DC owns... Like, I think they use it the most, so it's most associated with them, but I don't think they technically own the rights to the phrase, like, meta power or meta ability.
They even said meta-humans. I'm like, what is this, DC?
I think they do own the rights to metahumans and maybe the phrase meta-gene, but I don't know about, like, other phrases, like, variations of the word meta, because I think meta is a Greek word, right?
I don't fucking know. But you know what? We've been talking for like 10 minutes. Let's just watch it.
Let's
watch it. Sad Man's Parade. I'm curious what a super move Twice is about to unleash. Let's see. Alright. Well, we'll just let it play anyway. We can talk. Anyways, this is what I heard. This is what I was saying earlier. You told me, just tell me later. So, we know about how Deku is getting access to more quirks from the previous One For All users. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the rest of the quirks are, but I do know that the manga still has one more to reveal. That's not known what it is.
Cool.
But even then, irrelevant as to what it is.
How perfect would it be if it was just like a quirk that like ties the rest of them together? Like the rest of them are like a bunch of random abilities.
What if it's like a quirk that like allows him to go all out with One For All, like, without any repercussions?
Oh, he's gonna be unstoppable. So yeah, Toga's power up is that she can copy other people's powers. Twice's power up is that he's overcome his emotional trauma and now he's willing to make doubles of himself. So, from my understanding, Twice. I was thinking, out of all these Twices, I'm like, which one is the real one? I'm like, oh, that's right, none of them. The real one has 2 broken arms. But that one, the original one, he made 2 clones of himself, and then those 2 clones made 2 clones of themselves, and forever and on and on and on and on. And that's how this all happened. That's why when that one Twice that made it up to the building, when he was making a whole league, he would put one hand here and one hand here. He would make a League of Villains member, and then he'd make another version of himself. And then that one would make a League of Villains member, and then another one of himself. But yeah, he made so fucking many of them. And some of them aren't even helping, they're just dancing.
It's interesting to think, though, like, it said, like, when he makes one, it's more fragile than the original. And if he makes a second one, that's more fragile than the first copy.
So you're wondering if it's, like, getting deteriorating.
Doesn't it keep constantly deteriorating?
That's a good question. I think...
Because if he's able to do that, probably not.
I have no idea.
There is no preview.
You think eventually one of them would just trip and then die. I love the voice actor went all out. I love.
You just talk to him a little bit too loudly, and then he just.
He sneezes and his head explodes. I love the voice actor. I don't know his name. I just know him as Gray from Fairy Tail. A lot of me died in the ice. I twisted my knee. Let's give him a good one, or a good 20,000.
Yeah, Twice is definitely the MVP.
Is he the MVP of the season?
We haven't seen the rest of it. We don't know.
I mean, the first chunk of the episode, I did think did a really good job. Like, I really kind of.
I don't know. I don't think we can have an MVP of the season.
I sympathize with Twice. You know, he just had a rough go of it in life. He said he had other relatives other than his parents, but he wasn't close to them. Like, you'd think they would reach out.
Okay. Oh, Gigantomachia is on his way.
Yes.
That's happening.
He's full on he jumped in it.
Final confrontation, Redestro versus Shigaraki.
Did we know Redestro's quirk? I don't remember what it is.
Some sort of gigantification quirk, it looks like.
What, his like skin is turning black.
What causes that, I wonder? Might just be a side effect of his quirk. But who knows?
I'm gonna call
or meta ability, whatever you want to call it.
Hey,
anyways,
Baldy.
Now we have the next 2 episodes are both titled Tenko Shimura Origin. Might have been an error because we're watching them through iTunes and they're both called that. Maybe it was an error on iTunes' part. I don't know.
One of them's probably I think didn't you say one of them was probably Tenko Shimura, the other one's Tomura Shigaraki.
Maybe it's supposed to be Tomura Shigaraki Origin.
One of them could be like when he was a kid because we were getting glimpses of that, and the other one could be like how he became the villain that we know him as. I really want to read the manga just from like the whole season. I want to read it just to see if it plays out more smoothly because it has to, right? Like in the order, the arcs go in the order in which they were meant to. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they do have to make sure pacing is good. So
I also just like I like Spinner's face when he realizes like, oh, Twice is gonna be able to handle this on his own. And I also love the way Twice says Shigaraki. He's like, Shigaraki! I didn't know he could destroy a giant building like that. I remember, didn't he, in the last episode, didn't he like touch like an entire crowd of people and kill them all, even though they
he didn't touch each individual person.
Yeah, it spread. So maybe that
is contagious.
Give me one of those. Can I have one? Just breaking half.
Oh, you mean...
Break me off a piece of that, Kit Kat bar.
Good stuff. Anyways, 3 episodes left in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Let's knock it out.
One last thing before we go. I wanted to say this. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just not a big fan of this version of Shigaraki's voice. I get what they're going for. He sounds like he's being choked by the hands that he's wearing. But I like the Japanese voice more. It's just like a kind of like a normal deep voice that sounds sinister and malicious. But I feel like in this episode they're starting to tone that down. Like there's a part where yes, exactly. There's a part where he's running with Spinner and he's like Shigaraki, you doing okay? He's like, a little concerned. Should we not have come? It's like a different type of voice. He sounds like he's a little unsure.
Wait, Spinner said that?
Spinner was talking to Shigaraki. Spinner's like, hey, Shigaraki, how you holding up over there? And Shigaraki said, are you concerned? Should we not have come? Shigaraki sounds a little unsure. He also sounds like he's tired. It just sounds better than like...
He's still really young. Remember, he's 20. Dude needs to moisturize, man.
There's the point where the Redestro's holding him upside down. You see his forehead. I'm like, dude. Like, here, take a bath in this shit. Maybe they're trying to maybe transition the voice, like phase it out. Because I mean, I mostly associate that version of the voice with like the beginning of the series, where voice actors they find their voices for the character. Let's go.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm Jace.
I'm Josh.
See you guys in the next one. Damn, this is a 41-minute video.